You ever stare into the eyes of a squirrel and just know the under is hitting? Yeah, that's what we call intuition, baby. It's time for Chadlocks. Join Chad as he fearlessly delivers his locks with little to no research. Blind confidence and just enough charm to make you ignore the results. It's not as much about winning, but more about the process and blaming the refs or coaches when it all goes sideways. It's time to lock in.
Hey, welcome in everybody to Chadlocks. I am your host, Chad Rink. Follow me on the X at Chad Ocho Rinko, also on Instagram at RinkNado. Go to fanstreamsports.com for all our sports content there. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be divisional NFL weekend this weekend. It should be 4 good games. On paper, it looks like should be 4 good games. So we're going to kind of go over just the lines on those games, kind of my thoughts on them. And then I do have a 4-leg parlay for you, along with a handful of first touchdown scoring lines that I do like. So game 1 on Saturday, Buffalo at Denver. Denver is favored by 1.5, over under 45.5. So with these games, I think the Rams-Bears game is going to be the highest scoring game. I could see all the rest, the other 3 games going on the under. I'm not going to really play. The only under I think I'm going to play would be the Houston New England game, but we'll get to that one later. So I do like Buffalo money line. I just think this is the year for Josh Allen. With Mahomes out, you have Lamar out, Burrow out. Allen is the best quarterback in the AFC, and I think he can carry this Bills team there. I don't trust the Broncos offense. I do not trust the Texans offense. And New England, I do like Vrabel. I like May. They are so young. I don't know. Their defense looked great last week, so I did not expect to see that. So just give me Josh Allen, give me James Cook, give me that Buffalo team to make it to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to take I like the Bills on the money line. I do like the under. I don't know if I'll play either. The Bills money line at 105 is not bad. I may put a play on that. So a couple of the plays I do like in this game, I do like RJ Harvey's numbers. I like his 25.5 receiving yards in this one. And I also like Dalton Kincaid, 4+ receptions are a couple plays I like. I don't mind the Josh Allen rushing yards as well. This Denver team is tough. These games are going to be so tight, so weird. I'm not sure how they're going to play out. So there's not a lot of plays that I'm really behind. So I'm just going to play a couple of them in that 4-leg parlay and just play some first touchdown lines that I just like the number. Like obviously Puka, Allen, Cook, those kind of guys, their numbers aren't going to be great. And first touchdowns are such a random bet anyway. So I'd rather take, put $20-25 down on 4 or 5 different players to get a first touchdown and just kind of play it that way. So that's really all I do like on that first game. The second game on Saturday night at 8 is the Niners at the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 7.5, over under at 44.5. So this is one Seattle on paper should win. Their defense is good. I think they have better skill players overall with Kittle being out. But the Niners just kind of seem to find ways to win. There's no way they should have won that Eagles game last week, the way it started, and they found a way. They've been doing it all year through the injuries. They still have McCaffrey. Purdy can get the job done. Defense plays well enough. But Seattle's tough at home. I don't know which way I would go. I think if I'm going, I think I'm taking the Niners with the points. I don't see Seattle blowing them out, so I think I would take the touchdown with the Niners at -110. I think I also would like to lean the under at -110 at 44.5. I can see Seattle, really trying to grind it out. Their defense is good. I can see both defenses kind of holding their own, limiting them to field goals, 3-and-outs, those types of things. So I would lean the under there as well. The Seattle money line is at minus 340, so I wouldn't mind taking a flyer at the Niners money line at 270 if I'm taking, because I really think this is going to be kind of more. I can see it going either way. I don't trust Sam Darnold, and the Niners just find ways to win. So I'm kind of really staying off this game. The only thing I'm going to do is going to do some first touchdowns on it, just because I really don't have a good feel for this game, and I'm not comfortable with any of the lines, that kind of stuff. So, but those are where I'm leaning on that game. Then you go to Sunday's game. The early afternoon game at 3 is the Texans at the Patriots. You've got New England favored by 3, over under at 40.5. And the Patriots money lines at minus 170. Houston's at plus 142. I kind of like New England all across the board. Houston's defense is elite. They are so good. I just do not trust that offense. And the way New England looked the other night, if they can kind of do that same thing, they are going to give CJ Stroud and this offense a lot of problems. I don't think Houston's going to be able to run the ball. So I like New England. I don't mind New England minus 3. It's at minus 120. I think I might go. I would go to maybe minus 6.5. I think they could win it by a touch. I can see it being like a 20-13 game. I don't see a lot of points in this game. And I just see more of a New England victory here. So I don't think Houston at plus 142. I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. And I didn't like really any of the lines on any of the players on this one. The only one I kind of was looking at was Hunter Henry at 4+ receptions, but I don't know. I think Texans are going to kind of stifle the run game again. Stevenson could break out. You could take a chance on a Stevenson longest rush because it's probably going to be at like 17.5 or somewhere around there. Let's kind of see what that's at. The longest rush for Stevenson, or not Stevenson or Henderson, either one. Over like it's 11.5 for the longest rush. So I don't mind taking, like, Drake May has even a over unders at 13.5. So Henderson and Stevenson both have 11.5 longest rush line. So I don't mind taking both those. Just take one and put them on there. A 12-yard run by either of those guys. Henderson can really get it out there. Stevenson's look good. So that might be one I would take just on that. So then the last game, my Bears hosting the Rams. So looking at last week, I was trying to figure out, would I rather play the Eagles or the Rams? I went back and forth. We already beat the Rams. I thought beat the Eagles. I thought the Eagles defense was better. But I thought the Rams offense was better because, like, it was just all last week, the Eagles could just kind of fall flat. So I was kind of pulling for a Rams Bears matchup, because the Rams have been giving up quite a few points. So I think this game could be a higher scoring affair. So I do like the over. The over is 48.5 minus 110. So I do like that. The Rams are favored by 3.5, and money line for them is minus 198. You want the Bears is plus 164. The only thing I think on those, I would take the over on that. Like, the Bears secondary is just not good. Kyler Gordon was getting torched last week. And really probably could almost cost them the game if they just would have kept targeting him there down the stretch. So it's going to be hard to stop Nakua Adams. So I think I would take the Rams money line. I think the Bears just find ways to keep it close, come back to win. So I think it could be close, 3.5. I just hate the hook on that, because I could see it being 27-24, something like that. So I'm going to stay away from most of this. I probably will take the over on that, because I think both can score. I think it'll take 27 to win. So I think both teams will score 24. So I like the over. I do like a couple props in this game, though. I do like Stafford's 270 passing yards. I think it's a good line. I think they are going to be able to pass the ball at will against the Bears. It's going to be a higher scoring affair. I don't think the Rams are going to get up to where they're just going to be able to try to just run the clock out. And I do like Adunze, 40 plus receiving yards. This will be a second game back. They did try to target him. He looked like a guy that hadn't played in a while. So a whole another week of practice. I think they are going to need him. I think they're going to need to score. So I do like Adunze, 40 plus receiving yards. So that was going to be my 4-leg parlay. Was going to be RJ Harvey, 25 plus receiving yards, Dalton Kincaid, 4 plus receptions, Matthew Stafford, 270 passing yards, and then Rome Odunze, 40 plus receiving yards. That's a plus 1850 for a 4-leg parlay there. And so I will probably play that for $5, and hopefully that hits. So there are 7 first TDs that I will probably play. So I will go in the best odds, or the lowest odds to the highest odds. So first one is DeAndre Swift plus 900. They seem to be getting him the ball a lot more. Monangai is just more of really the change of pace or give Swift a blow. Swift looks pretty good. So if the Bears usually look pretty good in that first drive. So I do have 4 of the 7 are Bears, just in case. I like the prices there. So Swift at plus 900. I do like AJ Barner at plus 950 for that Seattle game. And then I do like Tongas at plus 1900 that game. So those are the 2 plays I have of that game. Is just I'm taking the 2 tight ends to score the first touchdown on that. And then with that, the other 3 for the Bears are Colston Loveland at plus 1400. He was getting targeted a ton last week. I don't see a repeat necessarily. I just think he was the guy that had the best matchup they were putting him against, and they just targeted him a ton. So I do like him at plus 1400. Also like Roma Dunze at plus 1800, and then DJ Moore at plus 2000. So I've got 4 Bears to score the first touchdown. Hopefully they get the opening kickoff, go down and score. And then I didn't really like any of the odds for the Rams first touchdown scores. Like Nakua was like at plus 600. Adams at plus 500, Williams at plus 750. Parkinson was at plus 1300, which I don't mind that one. I just didn't really like too many of them. So the only Ram I'm taking, I'll probably put a little bit on Matthew Stafford at 11 plus 11,000. If something happened, they get down there, pass interference call in the end zone, something like that. They get down there at the goal line. Stafford sneaks it in, or a little rollout. He runs in at plus 11,000 for first touchdown score. Why not? You throw $5 on it, that would be huge. So those are my first touchdown plays that I will play this week. I'm only going to put a half unit on each one of those. Gave you my 4-leg parlay as well. We will try to get more Chadlocks out there. It's just without the football season, with the NBA and the NHL right now, it's those lines, trying to get out there early enough to get it so you guys to see on the daily basis. Some of the lines you just don't have yet, or just, you got to wait for the starting lineups. The NBA gets kind of rough. You don't know who's going to be in or out. In hockey, that's something I'm kind of been toying with a little bit with my last name Rink. Season on the Rink, we could do some cool names for our hockey show. So I am looking at goal scorer. So that's something I've been toying with a little bit, really targeting maybe 1 or 2 games that have, poor goalie play, that just look like most hockey is going to be at over-unders at 5.5, 6.5. If you happen to get one at 7.5, target those types of games and just kind of load up on a goal scorer, throw five goal scorers in there at a half unit. If one of them hits, you're going to break even, could get a little money if 2 hits. So you just try to focus on the games with the highest goal totals, or just the goalies. You just kind of watch and see who they're playing, who they're putting in net. So I do like, I did have some plays. We'll kind of see, since it is going on right now. the NHL to see. I did have some plays on the Vancouver Columbus game here in downtown Columbus tonight because Elvis was in goal, and Elvis is giving up a little over 4 goals a game. So he will probably have a shutout tonight since I put some money on it. We will see where that is right now. Yes, it's 15 minutes left in the second. The Jackets are up 1-0. So obviously, I think unless they didn't have Elvis, but I thought Elvis was in there. So although it does look like Charlie Coyle had a goal, and I did put a half unit on that. So hey, that is good to know on that. Elvis is in goal. He is a 14 of them. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna maybe add that, maybe add some NBA as well. That's just stuff where I'm gonna have to try to get it out early enough in the morning. Or it's hard the night before to do that. So it's just going to be probably a little bit sporadic at first. Once the NCAA hits, we'll be really breaking down, having some bets for the tournament. Even though the news coming out of the point shaving or the gambling issues that are going on in college basketball, which should not be news to anybody because I think there has been point shaving and betting and some chicanery going on in college basketball and football probably for 100 years. Like it's been going on for a long time. It's just they're catching these guys. So I don't bet too much college because I think that's one it's a little bit easier to try to get college kids that, especially before they had the NIL deals, to make money. So I usually just save most of mine for tournament. And I will play a couple like over unders on college basketball for that. So, and then baseball, once baseball comes around, it'll be a daily show. Baseball is a little bit easier to get shows out earlier because the lineups, they have a pretty good idea who's going to be in the lineup. Who's going to start for the most part. And it's not like the NBA where they have late scratches a lot. So you can get that stuff out earlier, even the night before sometimes if the lines are out. I'm a big home run guy, so playing that a lot. Most of the ones for MLB are going to be the home run plays, over under strikeouts, and that's probably it. I don't try to do a lot of betting on run lines. Baseball is such a weird thing going on money lines, those type of stuff, just because it's such a weird sport with 162 games, those types of things. So I'm more of a prop guy on that, and I love the home runs. I do like the strikeouts as well. So we'll do a lot of round robin home runs. So I'm excited for baseball season to come back. My Cubbies, they did get Alec Bregman, which I liked, except I hated that we gave up Owen Cassie. He's a stud. He's our top prospect. I got excited until I saw we lost him, and then I was not happy with the move. Matt Shaw is a fine third baseman. Bregman's going to give you more power, but giving up Cassie sucked. And then it sounds like the Ricketts are going to maybe try to move Nico Horner because they don't want to pay the luxury tax and that kind of stuff because they're cheap. And that would suck. If the Cubs lost Nico Horner, that would be a devastating blow to the team. He's the glue of that team. He is so good. He's so clutch. Great average hitter. He's one of the best defensive second basemen in the league. Just do what we can to keep him, pay him, or whatever you got to do for the luxury tax. He's under contract, but it's just going to suck if we lose him because I think the Cubs could make a run for it this year. I do like, Edward Cabrera. That's who we gave up Cassie for, not Bregman. We just signed Bregman. But he's only 27. He'll get you some innings. He's a decent strikeout pitcher. But, giving up a young top prospect outfielder is not ideal, especially because you're not going to, the Kyle Tucker, it doesn't look like you're going to be keeping him. Ian Happ's getting old, and having Cassie and PCA in the outfield would be phenomenal for years. You can find an Edward Cabrera somewhere else. So it did suck. But what are you going to do? I'm still going to root for him. So I'm excited for this weekend. You've got the Bears going to, have a chance to get to the NFC Championship game, which I'm going to love. And then my Indiana Hoosiers in the national championship game. So thanks again for tuning in to Chadlocks. Go to fanstreamsports.com, checking out all our content from Ohio, Dallas, Tampa. We are going to have a few other cities coming up here shortly. So keep an eye out for that. Always on YouTube. Check us out. You can check out my other shows. Slating Rink is one that has kind of fallen by the wayside here lately. So that may pick up. I just know I'm not a great NBA DFS player. So I realized that a couple years ago and have just really stayed away from NBA DFS slate. Baseball comes back. I do like playing DFS MLB, which and then NFL is kind of winding down. So Slating Rink will come back up and be more regular during the baseball season. You can always check out March Chadness. My brother Nate and I talk a little NCAA basketball leading up to Selection Sunday, and then we do a bracket of some random topic. This week's bracket is going to be Saturday Night Live characters, the best ones. We have a 32 player bracket, so we usually record those on Sunday afternoon. They usually drop Sunday night or Monday morning, so please check that out. Like, subscribe, FanStream Sports. We'll check you out next time. Thank you very much.
It's time to lock in.